Welcome to my 5-minute lecture. This session will focus on critical writing. Critical writers are able to present a clear and evident case using reasoning and relevant evidence to support perspectives and premises. However, there is more to critical writing than just telling the story. Carefully crafted explanations and effective use of tools like Paul and Elder's Elements of Thought establishes better reasoning, conclusions, and makes for better arguments overall. The audience is your critic and skeptic, looking for flaws and errors, so try to anticipate their questions before they get the chance to make the challenge. Properly researching your subject prepares you for topics likely to be put into question. Writing should include evidence to support your position in addition to countering the opposing point of view. When you're developing a topic or position, you need to formulate a strong thesis statement. Whether an essay or an argument, a working thesis or hypothesis will guide the remaining content. It will inform the audience by providing context for the subject at hand, while providing a focus for development. Once you decide your position, you'll need to defend it, provide operational definitions to help your audience understand specialist terminology, and provide details regarding the scope of the topic. As you complete your research, you may need to refine your position. You may expand the scope or narrow the focus. You may determine that the position doesn't have enough evidence to make a sufficient argument. That's why it's critical to take the time to research and find relevant and credible resources, only using quality materials and evidence. Writing should show balance and represent multiple sources, including masterful defense of the position in the face of opposing views, anticipating how the counter-argument will be presented. Leave little to your audience's interpretation and possible misunderstanding. Highlight strengths of your evidence, but minimize or justify weaknesses. You want your audience to clearly identify how you arrived at your conclusions. Don't get caught up in trying to provide too much information. It often clouds the point and confuses the audience. Stick to the most important points and controversies. You want to maintain relevance and avoid non sequiturs. They can often result in unintended contradictions and get lost in tangents, weakening the reasoning. Write with sequence in mind. Your premise should be followed by supporting points, each having evidence to support them. Each point should have a connection to the previous and the following. When arguing that a premise is flawed, describe its errors in reasoning first, then follow by specifically countering it with your position. Group common topics and similar points to add clarity. In the earlier example, you would group points about the flawed premise, then argue the merits of your counterposition. Mixing them causes confusion, and evidence may appear to contradict your argument. Fully develop one point before moving on to another. A well-rounded explanation includes multiple sides and demonstrates better developed, more accurate interpretations. Provide properly cited and specific references, exemplifying use of legitimate, reliable, and credible, not generic or anonymous sources. Your audience should be able to verify the origin of your information and accuracy of your facts and interpretation. Absolutes are hard to support with evidence. Using words such as every, always, never, it proves, suggests that there are no instances to the contrary. Finding just one example that contradicts your claim and your point is rendered invalid. Writing with more tentativeness allows audience leeway to accept possible alternative explanations or unexpected findings that counter your position, but not enough to discount it. Despite questions, they can still accept your premise. Academically speaking, students often write incorrect responses because they misinterpret homework directions and question prompts. Critical reading comes into play here. Become more familiar with this terminology to provide the specific information being requested, that you respond with what is being asked. Compare is different than contrast, which is different from explain, identify, interpret, and examine. Each is unique. These strategies will help you write more accurate and fully developed responses with the expected depth and breadth. Make sure to review this week's lecture for resources that dive deeper into these topics. Thanks for watching.